We have a sad story coming out of North Carolina. Now, you have a sister by the name of Tierra Dzikowski. She was married to a Alexander Dzikowski, and she ended up losing her life because this man decided to stab her to death in front of her children. Now, this happened about 10:15 a.m. in the couple's Battlesboro, North Carolina residence. And say, according to the Nash County Sheriff's Office, 3 of the children were in the Pine Street home at the time, and they escaped and ran to the house next door. And I say the children told the neighbor that Alexander Dzikowski had stabbed Tierra, and she died at the scene. People said that this woman was a hero. At the time period, they say she was defending her children from this crazed lunatic, and that she was, lost her life in the process. Now, they said that prior to this, they didn't hear, the family said they didn't hear anything about any kind of domestic violence. Now, Alexander was charged with murder and 3 counts of assault while minor present. He had his first appearance in district court December the 10th, and the judge denied him bond on all charges. Now, Tierra was the oldest of several cousins in a small, close-knit family in Prince George's County, Maryland. That's where they're from. They're from Maryland. And she and her husband been married about 7 years and recently moved to North Carolina. They were saying that they had 4 children in the home. Quentin was 12, Xavier 9, Lexi was 5, and Aries was 4. Now, Lexi and Aries, what came from their relationship, and the other 2 children had their own father. So what ended up happening is that the 2 older children went with their father, and Lexi is with one of the family. Now, Aries is actually still in the NICU, and they say that when she's released, they want her to go with the family in Maryland. Many people in the family was upset by this and say this man is nothing but a coward, and that is, rightfully so. But, I hate to hear these kind of stories. It's horrible. My thing is, I've never been one to even want to put my hands on any women, but definitely no woman I'm with. Some men beat women. I never understood that, because you're gonna be walking in public with that woman. Why you want that woman's face marked up or whatever, right? But you got some people just full of the devil, like I say, and definitely straight cowards. And I always say that any man marries your sister or your cousins or whatever, that man needs to know real quick that you better not even raise your hand, because you even think about raising your hand, it's going to be some consequences and repercussions real quick for you. And I always say you must establish that in your families, so they won't even think about pulling a stunt like that. But, for me, I like I said, these children lost their mother, in a horrible way. And the thing is, those children are going to need therapy, because they saw this guy stab their mother to death and they ran out of the home. Because if they wouldn't have ran out of the home, he would have killed them. Oh, he would have. So those children, like I said, they're going to deal with some, oh my Lord, they're definitely going to have some therapy. And like I said, don't be taking them to Rev. Actually go to a therapist, a psychologist that's definitely, focus on, childhood psychologists, because they're going to need that. To lose your mother in that manner, I shake my head at that, because, that's something that you just would never forget whatsoever. And I hope the family, like I say, can, love these children and do the best they can with them. And the dad, they got his kids, brother, whoever you are, like I said, please, make sure you get those children therapy, because they definitely going to need it. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the situation, with this sister losing her life. And, like I said, we got to be real out here at some of these stories that's out there, because, you have a certain community of women that's spewing a propaganda, unfortunately, within our community. It's an anti-black propaganda they're spewing at that. And they don't want to really tell the truth. And I think trying to lead, black women who've been hurt in relationships down a path to make them think that nothing could happen to them, going to a particular group of men in particular, like they don't do anything wrong. They said, do you look at the Daily Mail? Do you look at the Sun? Do you look at what they do in their own communities? Please don't spew a propaganda to women that's been hurt in relationships and trying to think maybe a color is going to get you out of, you know, craziness or disrespect or whatever else. I said that's my issue with that kind of propaganda like that, because, you know, these stories are real out here.